Welcome, learners.
Daily life phrases, advanced expressions that native speakers use, and you will practice them in real conversation examples, designed to help you think and respond faster in English. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon if you want more powerful and helpful English learning episodes like this. So, take a deep breath, relax your mind, and get ready to speak English with me. Let's begin. As we move into this lesson together, I want you to imagine that you are stepping into a typical day in your life. But today, you are stepping into that day in English. You wake up, you get ready, you talk to people, you solve problems, you make decisions, and you communicate in different situations. The purpose of this masterclass is to train your mind to think in English during these moments, to help you recognize natural phrases, and to help you feel confident when you speak. So let's start with something simple and warm, something that opens almost every conversation: how to greet someone naturally and confidently at a B1, B2 level. You already know phrases like hello and how are you, but now we are going to make them more natural and more advanced, the way native speakers use them in everyday life. When you meet someone, you can say, "Hey, good to see you," or "Hi, how's your day going?" These phrases sound relaxed, modern, and friendly. When you greet someone in a workplace environment, you might say, "Good morning, how have you been?" Or, "Good afternoon, hope everything's going well." These greetings are slightly more formal, but still natural and warm. As you listen to me, I want you to repeat these greetings softly and slowly after me in your mind or out loud, because repeating helps your mouth, your tongue, and your voice become comfortable with real English rhythms. Now let's imagine that you are meeting someone you haven't seen in a while. Instead of the usual, "How are you?" you could say, "It's been a while. How have things been?" This phrase instantly sounds more advanced and more personal. Another natural expression is, "What have you been up to lately?" This is something native speakers use all the time in casual situations. Practice saying it in your mind right now. What have you been up to lately? Let the words flow smoothly from one to the next. When you are comfortable with the rhythm, you sound more confident. You don't have to rush. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is smoothness. Next, let's move into one of the most important parts of daily life conversation: talking about your day. When someone asks you, "How's your day going?" you can answer in a simple way. But today, we are practicing more natural B1, B2 responses. You could say, "It's been pretty good so far," or "It started out a bit stressful, but it's getting better," or "It's been a busy day, but I'm managing." These responses show real communication, not just basic textbook English. If your day is challenging, you can say, "It's been a long morning, but I'm trying to stay positive." If your day is relaxing, you can say, "It's been a quiet day, and I'm enjoying the break." These sentences help you sound natural and expressive. Now let's practice together. Imagine someone just asked you, "How's your day going?" Take a slow breath and choose one of these phrases. Whisper it softly or say it aloud. "It's been pretty good so far." Again, repeat. "It's been a busy day, but I'm managing." Feel how the words connect. This is how you train your speaking muscle. When you use these phrases, you show confidence and clarity, which are essential for advanced communication. Let's continue walking through your day. Suppose you meet a friend or colleague and they ask how you spent your morning. Instead of basic descriptions, you can use richer, more advanced vocabulary. You can say, I had a productive morning, or I got a lot of things done, or I spent the morning catching up on some important tasks. If your morning was slow, you can say, I took my time getting ready today, or I had a slow start, but I'm feeling more energized now. These expressions help you express yourself more naturally and clearly. Let's do another small practice moment. I want you to think about your morning today. Think of one thing you did. Now describe it in a natural, advanced way. For example, instead of saying, I woke up late, you can say, I ended up waking up later than usual. Instead of, I ate breakfast, try, I made myself a quick breakfast before starting my day. If you worked or studied, you can say, I spent the morning focusing on my tasks, or I caught up on some assignments. Repeat your chosen sentence slowly and clearly. Every time you practice a real sentence about your life, you become more fluent. Now let's move into one of the most common daily interactions you will face: asking for and giving opinions. This skill is very important for B1 B2 speakers who want to sound advanced and confident. Let's start with natural ways to ask for someone's opinion. You can say, what do you think about this? Or, how do you feel about it? Another excellent phrase is, I'd like to hear your thoughts. When you ask someone for their opinion in a workplace or formal environment, you can say, do you have any thoughts on this? Or, I'd appreciate your perspective. These expressions help you sound more polite and professional. Now let's practice giving your own opinion. Instead of basic responses like, I think it's good, you can say, personally, I feel that it's a great idea. Or, from my point of view, it could work really well. If you disagree politely, you can say, I see where you're coming from, but I have a slightly different perspective. Or, I understand your point, but I'm not entirely convinced. These phrases are essential for advanced English because they show emotional intelligence and language skill at the same time. Let's practice together again. Imagine you are in a group conversation and someone asks, what do you think? Choose one of these phrases and repeat after me. Personally, I feel that it's a great idea. Again, from my point of view, it could work really well. Now try a polite disagreement. I see where you're coming from, but I have a slightly different perspective. Practice this slowly. This type of sentence helps you sound respectful, thoughtful, and fluent. Now let's move into another important daily life topic: explaining a situation. Many English learners struggle with this because they try to translate from their native language. But explaining a situation can be simple and clear if you know some advanced connectors. For example, you can start with, so basically, or the thing is, or what happened was. These expressions help you introduce your explanation naturally. For example, you can say, so basically, I was on my way to work when I realized I forgot my phone. Or, the thing is, I had a meeting scheduled, but I couldn't find the documents. These phrases help the listener understand the situation clearly and quickly. Let's do a quick exercise. Think of a small problem you faced recently. Now explain it using one of these advanced connectors. For example, What happened was, I missed the bus because I left the house a bit late. Or, the thing is, I wanted to go to the gym, but I didn't have enough time. Repeat your sentence slowly and feel how natural it sounds. We will continue to build more daily life scenarios, more advanced vocabulary, and more speaking practice as we move forward in this lesson. This is just the beginning, and each step will help you gain more confidence, more clarity, and more skill in English speaking and listening. As we continue exploring natural daily life English conversations, let's move into one of the most common things people do every day: making small talk. Small talk might seem simple, but at B1, B2 level, it becomes an opportunity to sound more advanced and more confident. Small talk helps you connect with people, maintain friendly relationships, and make conversations smoother. For example, when you meet someone in an elevator, at work, or in a store, instead of only saying, "Hi," you can say, "Busy day so far?" Or, "It's been quite a morning, hasn't it?" These expressions are natural and show that you are comfortable using everyday English. When you want to keep the conversation going, you can add, "How's everything on your side?" Or, "Has your day been going smoothly?" These small additions make a big difference in fluency because they show that you can continue a conversation naturally without feeling stuck. Now let's imagine a real-life situation. You walk into your office or classroom, and you see a colleague or classmate. You want to start a friendly conversation. A natural and advanced way to start is by saying, "Hey, how's your morning going so far?" Or, "Good to see you. How's your week been treating you?" These kinds of sentences help you show warmth and confidence. When they respond, you can keep the conversation flowing by saying, "I can imagine," or "That makes sense," or "I totally understand." These responses show active listening, which is one of the most important skills in conversational English. Good speakers are also good listeners, and using these short supportive phrases helps the other person feel heard. Let's practice together. Imagine someone tells you, "My morning has been really busy." Your response can be, "I can imagine. It's been a bit hectic for me as well." Now imagine someone says, "I didn't sleep well last night." You can respond with, "I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the rest of your day feels better." These small responses make conversations smoother and help you sound caring, polite, and fluent. Repeat them slowly and naturally. The goal is to make these expressions part of your speaking toolbox so you can use them anytime without hesitation. Now let's move into a very important area of daily life conversation: making requests politely. English is a language that uses softening expressions to sound polite. At B1, B2 level, you should be comfortable with phrases like, "Could you?" "Would you mind?" "Do you think you could?" And, "Is it possible to?" For example, instead of saying, "Give me the report," you can say, "Could you send me the report when you have a moment?" Instead of "Close the window," try, "Would you mind closing the window? It's a bit cold in here." These phrases show respect and politeness, which are essential in workplaces, customer service situations, and everyday interactions. Let's practice making polite requests. Think of something simple you want someone to do. Now turn it into a polite request. For example, if you want someone to help you, you can say, "Do you think you could help me with this?" If you want someone to explain something, Say, "Could you explain that again, just a bit more slowly?" If you want someone to wait, say, "Would you mind waiting for just a moment?" Practice these sentences with a soft, steady rhythm. The more you repeat them, the more natural they become. Now let's move into offering help, which is another important part of advanced English communication. When you want to offer help in a natural mid-level way, you can say, "Do you need a hand?" Or, "Would you like me to take care of that?" Or, "I can help you with that if you want." These expressions are friendly, polite, and professional. When someone accepts your offer, you can reply with, "No problem at all," or "Sure, I'd be happy to," or "Let me take care of it." These short responses sound fluent and confident. Let's practice offering help. Imagine someone is carrying heavy bags. You can say, "Do you need a hand with that?" Now imagine someone looks confused while reading a document. You can say, "Would you like me to explain it?" Repeat these sentences slowly. Good English is built through calm repetition, not pressure or speed. Now let's talk about giving reasons, which is another key skill in daily life communication. When someone asks why something happened or why you made a decision, you can use expressions like, "The reason is," "It's because," "What happened was," or "I decided to," because. For example, "The reason I was late is that traffic was really heavy this morning," or "I decided to change my plans because I needed some extra rest." These connectors help you sound more organized and clear, which is essential for B1 B2 communication. Let's practice giving reasons. Choose a small example from your day. Maybe you changed your routine or made a decision. Now explain the reason using an advanced connector. For example, "The reason I skipped breakfast is that I was running late." Or, "I decided to walk instead of taking the bus because the weather was nice." Repeat your sentence slowly. Feel the natural flow of explanation. Now let's move into describing how you feel, which is incredibly important for natural conversation. Instead of basic words like good or bad, use richer vocabulary. For example, instead of "I'm good," you can say, "I'm feeling pretty upbeat today," or "I'm in a really positive mood." Instead of "I'm tired," try, "I'm feeling a bit drained," or "I'm running low on energy." These phrases sound natural and advanced. If you feel stressed, you can say, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed," or "I've got a lot on my plate right now." These expressions help you communicate your emotions more precisely and naturally. Let's practice describing feelings. Think about how you feel right now. Choose one of these expressions and say it softly to yourself. "I'm feeling really focused," or "I'm a bit overwhelmed today," or "I'm in a calm mood." The more you practice emotional vocabulary, the more fluent and expressive you become. As we continue through this lesson, we will build richer and more advanced conversations based on real daily life situations, like shopping, traveling, going to work, having social interactions, making decisions, handling misunderstandings, and learning how to sound natural and confident in every moment. Speaking English fluently is not about memorizing long lists of vocabulary. It is about using real, meaningful phrases in real-life scenarios. And that is exactly what we are practicing in this lesson together. As you continue learning how to speak more naturally in daily life situations, let's explore one of the conversations that almost everyone deals with regularly, talking about plans. Whether you are making plans, changing plans, or canceling plans, the way you express yourself in English affects how confident and fluent you sound. Instead of saying, I have plans, you can say, I've already got something scheduled, or I've made some arrangements, or I'm planning to spend the evening at home. These phrases sound more advanced, and they help you express yourself